guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're gonna play around with the Tati Beauty palette. So I did splurge and pick this up. This is the Tati Beauty Textured Neutrals Volume 1. So excited to get this. I did order this on launch day. If you don't know this about me, I'm a huge Tati fan. Tati is a beauty guru on the YouTube platform. If you're not familiar with her, she is just like an all-around class act. I think she is just fantastic, and I've been watching her for years. Love her so much. She's actually one of the YouTubers that inspired me to start this channel. So when I saw that she came out with her very first palette, I was so excited. I planned my clients around the launch. I was so excited to receive this. So I'm channeling as much Tati vibes as I can today with my off-the-shoulder top and my high bun. Let's take a look at her. So it's got this nice matte black packaging, cardboard packaging. Love that. It is cruelty-free and vegan. And I'm gonna try not to blind you, but look at this huge mirror. It's so big. I love that so much. So let's take a look at the colors. It's so beautiful. So she's got everything lined up in color families. I think this color story is very universally flattering. I think a lot of people could wear this palette regardless of the skin tone. I think there's something for everybody in here. She's got different textures. Obviously it's called Textured Neutrals. So in the first row here we have the mattes. In the second row we have the sequin formula, which is basically a matte, I was gonna say polish. No, it's basically a matte shadow with a glitter through it. And then this here is her metallic formula, and then she's got glitters up top. These are pressed glitters. So specifically, I've seen a lot of people do a lot of tutorials with this palette. Obviously it's new, everyone's very excited about it. But one color in particular that's really unique to me is this sequin color right here. It's in the color Poet, and it seems to have like a blue fleck through it that I think is so beautiful. So I really like to do something with that and maybe do something a little bit colorful. What do you guys think? So I'm gonna zoom you guys in. We're gonna see. I don't have a major plan of what I'm gonna create today. I just know I wanna use that color and hopefully make Tati proud. She's never gonna see this. Doesn't matter. I'm really excited. So I'm gonna zoom you guys in and we'll get started. Okay. Took me like 20 minutes just to get get my face in the frame. So I'm just gonna prime my lids. I'm using my Unique Moodstruck eye primer. First, I'm going to set my primer down with this color here. It's called Aura. I'm using the matte formula of that. Now I'm going to go into the matte in Soothe, blend that into my crease. So far, these are blending really, really smoothly. So now that I've got a little bit of a base in my crease, I'm just gonna take my same crease brush, tap it into Aura again, which is the matte flesh tone color, and I'm just gonna take that and buff out the edges of Soothe. This is my first time using this palette. I wanted the first time that I used the palette to be with you guys so that you could see my first impressions. I have, however, watched a lot of reviews on the palette. So I do already have an idea of how the shadows perform. So now that I've got a nice little crease situation going on, I'm gonna take decisions. I'm gonna first take that sequined Poet color that I talked about, and I've heard that the best way to apply these is on your finger, tapped on. Oh, you guys see that? That is so pretty. Let's see if it goes on like that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, so I'm gonna take, ooh, it stains the finger. So these are cruelty-free and vegan, so oftentimes red pigments that are vegan do stain. So keep that in mind if you are thinking you're gonna purchase this color. I'm gonna take the sequin formula in Aura, which was that first sort of flesh tone color. Looks like this. I'm gonna take that, I'm gonna tap that on the inner portion of the eye. That is very pigmented for like such a light color. I'm very surprised. So now I'm gonna take a smaller dome brush and I'm gonna tap into the matte version of Poet, which is this color right here, but in the matte formula. I'm just applying that to the outer portion of my crease. Dragging it in just a little. Now that I've laid down a little bit of that darker color, I'm gonna go into the matte Soothe, but with the same small, more densely packed dome brush. And I'm gonna use that to sort of blend those two together. They do blend so easily, they really do. Now I want to, you can see where I've laid down the sequin here and I've started building up the crease and the outer corner. I would like to deepen that ever so slightly. I don't really want to go in with the black because it's daytime. So I'm gonna sort of, just to deepen Poet a little bit, I'm gonna dip between this one and the matte brown. I'm just gonna kind of go back and forth just to create a little bit of a darker, like berry tone. It's a good trick to use if you don't have the exact color that you're looking for in a palette. And I believe that's how this is made to be used. Yeah, it just creates a little bit more definition on that outer corner. I really wanted to use some of those sequin colors because they're so different from any other. Usually you see metallics, you see satin finishes, you see the glitter finishes. You don't see a ton of those sequin formulas. I have seen them before. It's not like, I don't think it's necessarily something she invented, but it's not something you see often, and I've never seen them sort of featured in this way. So now that I've got that all on there, I'm going to take my fluffy brush again. I'm just going to tap ever so slightly into Soothe just to have something on my brush. And I'm going to just soften the edges of all of that. Same thing on this side. I'm just kind of grazing the edges with my brush to soften. and sort of bring a little bit of the warmth from that Soothe color back in so we're not like a full pink look. Okay, so now that I've got that pretty well blended in, I'm gonna go back into the Sequin Poet on my ring finger. Tap that. Because I lost a little bit of that sparkle. And then I'm gonna do the same with the Sequin Aura that I had placed in here. That Aura sequin color is a bit dusty, so I'm just gonna kind of graze that with this brush. And so then to blend those two sort of colors together, I'm gonna grab, should we do a glitter? Is that crazy? I'm gonna take a flat shader brush and I'm gonna pick up the metallic, can you see? I'm gonna pick up the metallic version of Aura and Poet. I'm gonna dibble dabble back and forth. I'm gonna go back and forth between the metallic Poet and the metallic Aura on my brush to kind of create an in-between color. And then I'm gonna mist that with some setting spray and I'm gonna place that sort of in between to blend those together. Oh gosh, I blinded myself. I'm gonna take a little bit of the Aura metallic on my finger and kind of place that on top. I don't like that. Okay, so I've blended those two pretty well. Now, should we go for the glitter? I feel like we should. So I'm gonna grab Poet in glitter. It's this sort of pink color. I'm gonna take that just on my ring finger. Ooh, it's very glittery. I never use pressed glitters. And I'm just gonna place that. Oh my gosh, it's so sparkly. Wow, it's very sparkly. So I do have a little bit of glitter fallout on my cheeks. Not surprising, it's a glitter. I mean, you're gonna get fallout. So we're just gonna dust that away as best we can and move on with our lives. Ooh, this would be like a really fun, oh, the sun's right there. This would be a really fun like holiday look, I feel like. So I'm gonna grab my same small dome brush. I'm gonna pick up Soothe on that. I'm gonna run that underneath the eye. And then I'm gonna take Poet on that same brush and I'm gonna do the same. Oh, I got it into my eye. Ow. Same thing on the other side. Now I'm gonna take this flat tip brush. I feel like I placed that sequin color here on the inner corner, but I feel like there's just like a gap where it's almost like there's nothing. I don't like it. So I'm gonna take the metallic Aura, that's the lightest color. I'm gonna place it on the inner corner. Like, you maybe should do your eyes first when you're working with this palette. I do find I'm getting a lot of fallout, a lot of glitter transfer. Probably if you're just using the lighter tones, you wouldn't get as much of that, but where we're using a lot of the pinks, the glitter, definitely I'm seeing a lot of fallout like on the face. That Aura color makes such a nice brow bone highlight though. Now, okay, so I need something right here. There's just like a gap, so, and it's gonna have to be glitter because that's just, it's just what's happening. And you can't pick up the glitter with the brushes because I just tried, so it has to be a finger. So I'm gonna take my stained ring finger And I'm gonna dip it into the Aura glitter. It's the lightest one. I'm gonna try and tap off some excess here. And I'm just gonna place it right in the inner corner where I'm missing glitter. Oh my gosh. I placed that and I felt glitter like fall down and hit me in the face. I should also mention that this glitter is not eye safe. So do as I say, not as I do. It's not technically meant for the eyes. Woo! Okay. We're gonna do this. Okay, so I've aggressively fanned the glitter away from my eyeballs as best that I can. I'm going to sweep that away. I mean, it's very fun and it's very glittery. So I'm going to, instead of using a liner, so supposedly the black in here is very, very black. So I'm gonna use that as a liner instead of whipping out an actual eyeliner. Oh, it's very black. Yes, absolutely it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply mascara off camera, and then I'll be back to give you guys my final thoughts on the Tati Beauty palette. Okay, so final thoughts. I do really like the look that we came up with. However, I do have some thoughts on the palette. Now, I personally bought this palette. I put it this way. I would have bought this palette without the row of glitters. I didn't care that there was glitters in there. I did want to use them for you guys to show you what they look like on, but pressed glitters are not something that I generally wear, especially not on the day-to-day. This is something that I would do for like New Year's or like a really, you know, fancy party or something like that. But if you use the glitters, know that they're not eye safe. They're not. They're pressed glitters. Use at your own risk. In terms of the other formulas, because I think the other formulas are ones that most people would be more inclined to use, the mattes are stunning. They blend like a dream. You will get a little bit of fallout. These are not firmly pressed eyeshadows. Because they're not firmly pressed and you do get a little bit of fallout, they are very easy to blend. So it's sort of a catch-22 sometimes with that type of thing. If they're very firmly pressed, you don't get a lot of fallout. Sometimes they're harder to blend. So, you know, you sort of take the good with the bad. That for me doesn't bother me that much because I can dust that away. It's not a big deal. I didn't get a ton of kick up in the palette, which is something I heard a lot of people talking about. I didn't really experience that. The sequin formula is very interesting. I would definitely recommend using that formula with your finger. I noticed when I put it on with my finger, I got a lot of glitter. And I do think it would have done better for me if I had done that as my last step. I still had some blending and stuff to do after I had applied the sequin formula, and it did sort of dust away a lot of those like glitter particles that are in the formula. But I think they're really, really pretty and very unique, something different. If you're not somebody who wants like a full metallic or a full glitter, these are very subtly sparkly. So it would be a nice like daytime glitter if you're not somebody who likes to go full shine in the daytime. The metallics are beautiful. They are not a foiled metallic, which I think a lot of people I've heard talk about them are like, well, they're not that shiny. They're not a foiled metallic. They're almost more of a satin metallic. So again, very sort of daytime appropriate. You can make this look as intense or as subtle as you like. And I think that's what makes this palette so cool and so different. It's lined up linearly, which is very unique for a palette. Usually color stories are not laid out in this way. Some people are gonna like that, some people aren't. I like it. I think it's something really different. This is a palette that I can see getting a lot of use out of. I will definitely be using this for bridal makeup, prom makeup. This is something that I will get a lot of use out of in my kit. In terms of the glitters, again, just not something that I would use that much on a day-to-day. I think if I were to use them again, I would try them with a glitter glue just to see if we could get the glitters to stay put a little bit better. Definitely apply them with your finger. Definitely, you know, be aware that you're gonna get some glitter fallout. It just goes with the territory. But all in all, I think it's a really beautiful palette. I'm really excited to see what others she's going to release. This, of course, is called Volume 1. That leads us to believe there will be more palettes. So very excited, happy for Tati. Congratulations to her on this. I was very happy to buy the palette and support her in her first release. I think this look is really, really beautiful. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Did you get this palette? Had you heard of this palette? What do you think of the look I created? Let me know in the comments below, and let me know if you'd like to see some holiday looks or holiday inspiration for looks on my channel. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe. And I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.